What on, family? It's your boy Street Newz TV. Back at y'all with another Chiraq Street Legends. And this episode is going to be about none other than Scrap or Die, aka Booby. Now, SOD comes from that EBK set, Folly Boys, they Stones. They from out 51st and May. They beef with a set of guys that go by the name of 50 Strong. Of course, 50 Strong is GDs. Now, in order for me to properly tell a story about SOD, I have to give y'all a brief history. So what I'm going to need y'all to do, sit back, put your seatbelts on, and enjoy the ride. Fun fact, Larry Hoover was once a Stone. And what happened was, Larry was ready to move on into his own organization. So he left Jeff Fort, you know what I'm saying? And then, started his own thing with David Barksdale. Now, it was some friction right there because Jeff Fort came back, and tried to get up with Larry, but, it wasn't too much. The GDs and the Stones have been pretty much into it ever since then. So, the beef and the controversy, everybody asks questions, why did this start? Why did that start? First and foremost, the GDs and the Stones are arch enemies. You know what I'm saying? They beef probably just as much as the BDs and the GDs. You see what I'm saying? Or the Vice Lords and the GDs. There was a war that was fought between 50 Strong and EBK Folly Boys. The war started when a guy by the name of Kia Brown killed a guy from Folly Boys by the name of Zach, but everybody called him Crack. Now, the reason why he killed Zach is unknown, but this was like the first strike in that war between 50 Strong and the Folly Boys. Okay, so shortly after Zach was killed, another guy was killed. Another guy that goes by the name of Derek. Now, Derek, he was SOD's cousin. Derek wasn't as into the streets like that. Derek was into playing basketball, going to school, and things of that nature. So when Derek got killed, it did something to SOD. The guys around SOD, he had started letting them know that, the guy that had killed his cousin, he was going to do anything in his power, even if it took his life to kill that guy. You see what I'm saying? Overall, SOD was pretty much a money maker. You see what I'm saying? He was a money maker, and he had structure too. SOD was one of one of the guys that was raised up, with the old school ways, kind of, so to speak. And he had a lot of different influences, but SOD was really about money until, his guys started getting killed, and 50 Strong kept on, applying pressure and things of that nature. Okay, now after Derek was killed, there was another guy that was killed. This guy went by the name of Beloved. Beloved was a well-loved member. Now after Beloved got killed, a guy by the name of T-Mac got killed. 50 Strong didn't have nothing to do with T-Mac. A lot of people think that 50 Strong was the ones that killed T-Mac, but actually that was a whole nother situation. By this point, the Stones had enough. You know what I'm saying? So, they definitely wanted revenge, especially for Derek. Derek wasn't even in the streets like that. You see what I'm saying? So, what happened was, SOD ended up killing a dude by the name of Duggo. Duggo was a very loved member in 50 Strong. As a matter of fact, that was a huge hit for 50 Strong. Okay, now Duggo was actually best friends with a guy that went by the name of Dale or Shondell. So after Duggo got hit, that really hurt Shondell. So Shondell vowed to get his revenge.
Everybody thought you was gone.
I ain't going nowhere. I'm here. I'm out here. 24/7, telling them man up and band up.
Okay.
This money, man. We ain't playing no games.
It's fine.
Money, man.
Well,
Ills or nothing. Ills or shields, man. You can feel it, man.
early though.
This is about the 12th bar.
And what Shondell went and did was, Shondell drove up to a Folly Boys block, and Shondell and another member from 50 Strong, they just start airing out the block. And they actually killed two guys. One guy that went by the name of Kamikaze Mazi and another guy that went by the name of Zio. They actually injured about 5 more people too. And I heard in this situation, the rapper 5 Star that was with the Folly Boys, he ended up getting shot in the ass. Okay, so now after this hit, Dale was like the main target. SOD, he actually felt, compelled to just go ahead and get rid of Dale. He began to, tell the people around him that, he was going to get Dale one way or the other, and it was, whether, he had to die or not. Actually, before it happened, he called one of his big homies, a guy by the name of Vasco, and told him, that he was finna get ready to do this, and, couldn't nobody stop him, and that if he didn't make it out, that he loved him and to take care of his kids. So, Scrapp went to the 50 strong hood, while they were having a basketball game or whatever. And they went out there, him and this other guy, this unknown guy, went out there with an AK. And when they got out there, they pretty much, had the sights on anybody that they wanted. They pretty much could have killed, anybody right there. But SOD knew exactly who he had came to get, you know what I'm saying? And he knew that he wasn't going down without a fight, and he definitely wasn't going down before he killed Dale. So Scrap started letting loose. When Scrap started letting loose, Scrap hit Dale. He hit Dale a couple times. He killed Dale. Shortly after that, 50 Strong started busting back. So it was a whole big old shootout. Dale ended up getting killed, and Scrap ended up getting killed. Scrap ended up getting shot in the head. So after Scrap was killed, allegedly members from 50 Strong walked up to Scrap, took his mask off, and began to kick his body. Now, the Folly Boy members was at first they were mad at the guy that went with SOD on the hit, and the reason why they were mad was because the guy ran. But later on, they found out that the guy only ran to save his life. There was nothing he could do for Scrap because Scrap was already dead. I think that we can learn, from dealing with Scrap. I think that we can learn some people that ended up involved in the killings and things of that nature and becoming, beasts in the streets like that. Some of those guys were actually pretty decent guys. You know what I'm saying? Scrap was that type. Before they start killing Scrap people like that, Scrap was more about money. Like he was, you know what I'm saying? He'll give you hell too, but he was one of the types that, he'd rather, get the money. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't about money with Scrap. It was all about love. And not to mention the fact that he was traumatized from close ones to him dying. You know what I'm saying? Specifically, his cousin. So what that turned Scrap into was a straight killer. You see what I'm saying? And you could tell that Scrap wasn't all the way there mentally because he basically went on a suicide mission. He basically went on a kamikaze mission. You see what I'm saying? And that's just something that you don't see every day. Like, you're not really going to see that. You're not going to see too many niggas slide and go directly into their ops hood knowing that all of them are out there. Knowing that 9 times out of 10, they going to shoot back. And it's way more of them than it is of, of us. It was 2. Scrap went out there with him, an AK-47, and 1 more person. So that just lets you know that Scrap pretty much was ready to die. You know what I'm saying? He had got to a point where he didn't care no more. And that's what the streets of Chicago will do to you. Also, we can learn something from Dale's death. Dale was doing a whole lot before this situation happened with Scrap. Of course, Dale's rumored to have took out 3 of Folly Boy's members. You see what I'm saying? Specifically, one being Derek, which was SOD's cousin, which I think he took that a lot more personal. It's a lot of people that do things because they want a name. They kill because they want a name. They steal and rob because they want a name. But at the end of the day, that name is only going to make you a bigger target. So if I have the opportunity to get anybody else in your clique, they going to have to be second because you got to go first. Because you the biggest threat. Kill the head, the body will fall every time. If it's a dude out here that's giving us hell, that's who we got to get off the map. Why? Because we know he not going to stop till we all gone or he locked up or something like that. So this put Scrapp in the position of where, he had to commit suicide to kill the man that was killing his people. It's your boy SN TV. I'm out.